Good morning, guys. I'm over here someplace. I assume I'm talking to Brennan and Caden. This is a specific Chapter 11 test review just for the honors test, okay? Since I'm not doing everybody at one time and I'm just doing this as a separate recording, and I can specifically do it for you guys' needs. So remember, this is a recording, so you can stop it. I mean, you can pause it anytime you want to take down notes or draw pictures and stuff. You can go back and look at it. So I'm not going to worry about time in between stuff. I'll present information and then I'll move on, and we'll try this and see how it works. This is a little awkward, but I'm on my knees trying to make this work, but here we go. All right, so on your test, basically, you've got about 18 questions or so, 4 or 5 points each. I haven't decided that yet, so you get some points for your name. But remember, it's important to show your work. If there's not pictures there, draw pictures. I will give you a answer sheet to go along with the test. However, obviously, putting things on the answer sheet doesn't work very well. It's much easier to do your own answer sheet and then scan it, or maybe just scan the answer sheet I give you. So however you want to do that, that's up to you. Just make sure you draw pictures, you show me your formulas filled in, use the appropriate units, all that stuff, clearly number your problems so I can figure out what you're doing. All right, here we go. The first question, I give you a right angular prism, okay? A right triangular prism has a height of 30 centimeters and has a right triangular base. Obviously, that's why it's called a right triangular prism with a leg. So basically, we'll call that one leg. Leg sub 1 is 12 centimeters, and the hypotenuse is 13 centimeters, okay? And we want to find the lateral area, all right? So the lateral area doesn't mean, it means I don't need the area of the base, I just need the lateral area, all right? So that should be enough information. Go back and look at your formulas and figure this out. And again, we're gonna move on to the next problem, because if you don't have this written down yet, then you can just pause before you write it down. Okay, next question gives you the total surface area of a right cylinder. We want to find the total surface area of a right cylinder if you know the height is 18 inches and the radius is 5 inches. Should be pretty simple. Just plug in the formulas, do your work. This should be really, really easy. Just make sure you use the appropriate units. Make sure you don't say equals unless it does equal. Either don't do anything or do the approximate sign. All right. You'll be happy to know I didn't give you any questions on cubes and stuff like that. Okay. All right. We have a regular pyramid, which means the base is shaped like some regular polygon. I have a regular pyramid that has a slant height of 9 meters. And the base is a regular hexagon. So the base is a regular hexagon with sides that measure 4 meters, okay? Find the lateral area. So again, we're just looking for the lateral area. So remember, the key here is if I've given you the sides and I've really given you the perimeter. So if I'm just looking for the lateral area, and basically, I don't have to worry about the area of the base. So that should make it a lot simpler problem to do, okay? You shouldn't even worry about the whole hexagon stuff. It should be pretty simple. Don't overthink these problems. Some are harder, but some are just really, really simple and straightforward. Just make sure you got all your notes and all your formulas with you, okay? All right, and I have a right cone. And the lateral area of my right cone is 226.08 centimeters squared. Test says cube, but obviously that's squared. The slant height is 12 centimeters. I want to find the total surface area, okay? All right, so they've given you the lateral area. Then all you really need to do is to work backwards to find the base and then add that, okay? So you should be able to work backwards in your formula to find radius, which is really what you need to work this out. All right. For the next group of questions, I will show you a picture. So again, pause however long you need to draw your picture. Again, I'm not worrying about time because you can pause, okay? All right. For all the next group of questions, all these ask you to find the volume, okay? Until I tell you otherwise, you're looking for the volume, all right? So you just need to draw the picture and figure it out. First one I'll give you is a cone, okay? So here's a cone. All right, the cone has a base of radius of 15 centimeters for the base, and the height of the cone is 20 centimeters, so that should be pretty simple. You just plug your numbers into the formula. It should be very, very easy to find the volume. It's a lot of questions, but really you should go through this pretty quickly. All right, so that's the next one. All right, the next one is a rectangular prism, and it gives you the dimensions. The dimensions are 3 feet, 11 feet, and 3.5 feet, okay? So 3 feet, 11 feet, and 3.5 feet. Again, that's pretty simple. This is a problem you should have been able to solve in 7th grade, okay? Volume of a rectangular prism. All right, the next one is a rectangular pyramid, okay? Rectangular pyramid. So the pyramid has a height of 16 inches, and the rectangular base is 9 inches by 10 inches. Again, just make sure you apply the formula properly. You should have no problems getting an easy answer here. Again, but make sure you show me your work in case you messed up. All right, volume of this rectangular pyramid. Okay. All right, next one is a sphere, okay? And all you need to know is the radius. The radius is 3 meters, okay? So that's all you need to know for the formula to find the volume of a sphere. 3 meters is the radius. Okay. Next one's a little bit harder, but not really. It's a composite figure. So what I have is a cylinder and a cone, excuse the ugly drawing, a cylinder and a cone sitting on top of the cone, okay? So the radius of the cylinder and therefore the radius of the cone, both of them is 2 meters, okay? The height of the cylinder is 5 meters. The height of the entire figure is 8 meters, so I'm not going to challenge you there. You should be able to do a little bit of math and figure out what the height of the cone is, okay? So you can figure out the volume of the cone, add that to the volume of the cylinder. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, okay? I think you can see everything. All right. One more composite figure, okay? Do this however you want to, but basically you can divide that into a couple rectangular prisms and add them together, or you could do one big gigantic and subtract however you want to, but there's enough information there, okay? You've got all the dimensions. You have 20 centimeters across the bottom. You have 12 centimeters up the left side there. You have a depth of 10 centimeters. And then you have 8 centimeters and 8 centimeters for part of your dimensions. All right, so pretty simple. I would just divide it up into 2 prisms and then add those 2 volumes together. Should be pretty straightforward. Okay. So next one has to do with the last lesson on similar and congruent solids. So we have 2 rectangular prisms that are similar, okay? 2 rectangular prisms that are similar. The measures of two corresponding sides are 3 centimeters and 5 centimeters, okay? So it doesn't matter which one. In other words, this is your A to B, right? The ratios of the linear units are A to B. What's the ratio of the surface areas of the prisms, okay? All right, remember, this is linear. Area is A squared to B squared, and volume would be A cubed to B cubed, okay? So that's just a simple enough problem. Just what's the ratio of the surface areas? Make sure you reduce or simplify your answers. That should be about a 30-second question, okay? All right, one last ugly picture. Okay, this is another kind of composite figure working backwards here, okay? So you're gonna have two questions here, right? All right, so what we have is a partial cylinder, all right? So what you have is a cylinder where somebody sliced part of it out. If you notice down there, it says a 90-degree angle. So they've sliced out 1/4 of the cylinder is basically gone, okay? You'll be asked to find answers to the nearest unit, okay? Nearest whole unit. All right, please get that right. You don't want to lose part of the point there. So you're going to find the volume and you're going to find the total surface area, okay? Volume should be pretty simple, really. If you find the volume of the cylinder, then you're taking out 1/4 of it. It should just be 3/4 of whatever your answer is, okay? The volume of the surface area is what's going to be harder, okay? So basically, you're not only subtracting, you're adding, all right? So essentially, I'll let y'all do that. That's your honors test challenge, okay? But we want to find the total surface area and the volume of this picture. All right, a few more questions without pictures, okay? All right, this time we're looking for the volume figure out how to erase that later, okay? The volume of a regular hexagonal pyramid, okay? All right, we're looking for the volume of a regular hexagonal pyramid if each edge of the base is 6 feet long, okay? So your hexagon on each side is 6 feet, and the height of the whole pyramid is 15 feet, okay? And we're looking for the volume, okay? So remember, the area of the base is going to be 1/2 perimeter times the apothem. So remember that they've given you the size 6 feet. And remember, a hexagon divides into 6 equilateral triangles, okay? And therefore, when you find the apothem, you're really finding the altitude of one of those equilateral triangles, which takes you to a 30, 60, 90 triangle. We've done problems like this before. So this one involves a 30, 60, 90 triangle. I have to figure out later whether I can erase my Sharpie from this board. All right, next problem. I'm going to give you the volume. The volume of a regular rectangular prism is 420. Since I made the mistake, I might as well use it, right? The volume of a rectangular prism, so this is a rectangular prism, the volume of a rectangular prism is 420 meters cubed. Okay, the area of the base, that's making it simple for you. The area of the base is 21 meters squared. What's the height? That is really an easy problem, okay? All you're really doing is just dividing, okay? Pretty simple, all right? Couldn't get any easier. All right. The next one asks you to find the surface area of a sphere, okay? Surface area of a sphere. If the radius is 12 inches, pretty simple, all right? Radius of the sphere is 12 inches. Find the surface area to the nearest 1/10 of a square inch. Pretty simple too, need your calculator for that, okay? All right, another sphere problem. The diameter of a great circle of a sphere is 12 centimeters. Remember the definition of a great circle that has to go through the center of the sphere. So it's really giving you the diameter of the sphere, right? So from the diameter, you should be able to figure out the radius and then use that to find the volume, okay? Volume of the sphere to the nearest cubic centimeter. All right. One last problem besides the infamous bonus, okay? It's a little tricky. You got to do a little more work on this one, okay? All right, we have a chemical mixture stored in a cylindrical container, right? So it's in a cylindrical container, has a height of 4 feet. The diameter of the base is 2 feet long. So remember, that's the diameter, not the radius. Determine the cost of a container of the mixture if it is sold at $7 per cubic foot. In other words, find the volume, right? And then multiply your answer times 7. Okay, should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so basically, this is the review for your test, which will be on April 21st. Okay, and again, you can use your notes and stuff. It gives you time to get ready, get everything reviewed. Remember, you'll need your calculator. You'll need all your formulas and notes and everything. You need your notes that you take from this, and then make sure you show me your work. Okay. If you have questions, if you have problems, then feel free after you looked over this review to email me and let me know what those questions and problems are, and I'll try to answer them for you. Otherwise, do good. Okay. This test is going to be an important part of your grade. Okay. All righty. Later, guys.